Dear learners, welcome back. It's me, Hemlata, lecturer in zoology, Government Degree College for Men, Kurnool. So, as a part of the human values and professional ethics, in this video lecture, I am going to tell you about understanding human being as the coexistence of self and the body. The self, which is I, the letter I here, the word I here. I means myself. I am the seer, I am the doer, and I am the enjoyer. I is the one which is enjoying with the help of a physical body. So the body is the instrument of I. I is the one which is controlling the body here. I and body are two different entities within a single unit. So the human being has to understand the feelings of I and the body, the requirements of I and the body. The I and the body are the one which has to go hand in hand here. So that is why you have to know about the I and the body thoroughly. So the human being can be understood in terms of coexistence of these two entities, namely I, which is a sentient, which is not visible, which is our conscious, and the materialistic body, which is visible, which is physically available. So the I and the body, they coexist. Their needs and the activities are quite different. And it is different, and they have the different needs, and the needs should be fulfilled accordingly. But these two constituents of the human body, they act in close synergy with each other. They will be going hand in hand with each other. So now let us move to the main differences between the eye and the body with a tabular form with a few examples. For example, in this tabular form, so the needs of the eye are there, the needs of the body are there, how they are, how far they are needed, etc. Let us see. If you take a human being, it is having both the eye and the body, which are in coexistence. If you take the need of the eye is different and the need of the body is different. How? If you take the point respect, the need of respect. The need of respect is required for ourself, which is our conscious I. I needs the respect. But body, the physical body is not the one which is requiring the respect. The need is different here. If you take the point food is required for the body. For a healthy body, it requires a good nourishment. So food is a requirement of the body. Respect is the one which is wanted by our inner conscious, that is a self. So next to take one more example, the happiness. The constituent happiness, it is the one which is required for our inner mind. So the happiness is all the time required by our conscious, means the self needs happiness. The body here, it won't need happiness. It will be the one if you fulfill the physical facilities enough. So the body requirement is the physical facilities. But I is the one which is having the urge for the happiness all the time, not for some time, all the time. The physical facilities which are required by the body and the food which is required by the body, they may be limited up to time. They are just quantitative requirements, whereas the I, which is requiring the respect, the happiness, that is a qualitative needs. They are the qualitative needs, and they are the one unlimited. They are not just required for some time and later. No, all the time we need the respect, all the time we need the happiness. So if you see these two things, all the time the I is the one which will be needing this. It is of the need of a continuous need. All the time it requires. Whereas the food and the physical facilities, which are the needs of the body, they are required only for a temporary period. After that, you will be saying enough. After taking a stomach full of food, if any good delicious food is kept in front of you, then also you won't take it. You will be stopping there. In quantity, if you observe, in quantity you can't measure it. You can't measure the respect. You can't measure the happiness. It is not a quantitative one. It is a qualitative one. Whereas the food and the physical facilities which are required by the body, they are not qualitative, they are the quantitative. The amount, the physical facilities, the provisions, etc., they are quantitative, limited in quantity. So fulfillment, if you see that, if I is having the respect and the happiness for a continuous time, the qualitative need, etc., the fulfillment will be the one which will be attained only by the right understanding and the right feeling. If you have the right understanding on you and the right feeling on you and others, then only it is possible. Or expecting from others is not also good here. What all the respect you want can't be given by the others. It depends upon your quality here, your behavior. So the right understanding and the right feeling also plays a role in the fulfillment of your I. Whereas for the fulfillment of the body needs, which are the physico-chemical needs, like the food, shelter, etc., there will be the physico-chemical things. They don't need any understanding that. And activities of the body, are all the time you will be thinking of something. You will be having some desires over something. You will be selecting something to do. So desires, thinking, selecting, etc. are the activities of I. Whereas the body is the one which will be simply, it will be eating for the healthy body, and it will be breathing all the time. It will be doing some physical activities whenever there is a need. That's all. So the mode of interaction of the I. How do the I interact? I interacts by, the self interacts by knowing the things, assuming the things, recognizing the things, fulfilling the things. So knowing and assuming are also a part here. Just recognizing and fulfilling is not the thing. You have to know the things. You have to assume the things in a better way. Not according to your wish and will. You have to assume the things accordingly what they are actually. So the body here, it will be the mode of interaction of the body is by recognizing the things and fulfilling the things. And the type, the I is the one which will be consciousness. It is a conscious. It is not a materialistic world. It is not visible to us. Non-materialistic. It is a consciousness. Whereas the body is a material, which you can see, you can feel, etc. So you can touch. So the materialistic. Body is material, whereas the I or the self is consciousness, So human being is a coexistence of I and the body. That is, I and the body exist together and they are related with each other. There is a flow of information from I to the body, from the body to the I. Only the healthy mind will be inside a healthy body. So I and the body are not two different entities. They are two different, but they exist together. The information which is received by the body, it will be flowing to I. The information which is gathered by I, it will be going to the body also. They both are interrelated with each other. So I have explained this. Once again I will revise. For example, the need of I, say respect. If you say the respect, while the need of the body, it is the food here. The two things, they are qualitatively different. All the needs of the I or the conscious or the self can be called as happiness. That is the sukh. While the needs of the body, physical facilities which are needed by the body, those are the suvidas, sukh and suvidha. Sukh is needed by the mind or the self or the conscious. Physically, what the body we are seeing, that needs suvidas, physical facilities around us. The need of I is continuous, while the need of the body is for a limited time. None of the needs of the body are continuous. Body needs, they are not continuous. They are required only in a particular time up to a particular extent. There is no relevance of the quantity for the needs of the I, as it is a qualitative. So there is no relevant word which is a quantitative for your I or the self. The self, it is having the needs which are not quantitative, they are only qualitative. While the needs of the body are quantitative, they are not, they are the one which are limited in quantity. The activities of I are the activities like desiring, thinking, selecting, while the activities of the body are the activities like eating, breathing, etc. The mode of interaction of I includes knowing, assuming, recognizing and fulfillment. Whereas the fulfillment depends upon the recognition, depends upon the assumptions and depends upon knowing or not knowing. Means what the belief system is inside us, that will be the one which will make you know the things in a proper way. Assume the things in a proper way. After that you will be recognizing the things. Later you will be fulfilling those things. So the mode of interaction of I includes the knowing of something, assuming something, recognizing it and fulfillment. This fulfillment, it will be depending upon the recognition. And again it depends upon assumptions. And it will be depending upon the knowing the things or not knowing the things. If the assumption is based on knowledge, then recognition will be correct and fulfillment will be correct. If assuming is not based on the knowledge, then the things may go wrong. If you are not having a proper knowledge and if you are assuming something different, then that may go wrong here. If your assumption is according to or based upon the knowledge, then it will be a correct one here in the fulfillment of the needs. The mode of interaction of the body is just only recognizing and fulfilling. There is no need for the assumption or the knowing the things. Recognition and the fulfillment. The need of I is a happiness, which is called as a sukh, and the need of the body is a physical facility, which is called as suvidha. The two needs, they are different here, and they are the different programs, and the needs are to be ensured in a different manner also. But if these both, if you are separating these two, there won't be any existence. So one cannot replace the other. I can't be replaced by the body, body can't be replacing the I. Means the self and the body to go hand in hand is a must. They can't be separated. One cannot replace the other. Body can't replace the I or the self. The self can't replace a physical body here. That's about for this class. In the next class, let us take one more topic in human values and the professional ethics. Thank you for watching.